What is up, everybody? It is Neon here again, and this time we're going back to do another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Only this time we're no longer doing, this is for the first time, it's not a single battle with a passerby. This is a multi-battle with a couple of my friends from YouTube. Some really great trainers, by the way. On the left we have yours truly, as well as Flare Centripia. On the opposing team, we have Darkrai-X from Darkrai-X Studios and Diamond Freak from Diamond Freak 22. Some really great spriters, some really great friends, and some really great battlers. We usually do a lot of these matches over on our Zat channel, just usually when we're bored, which is all the time. And we really, almost every time, it's always a close call or something epic happens. It's never a boring match. And in this case, it's no different. Near the end, you'll see there's a lot of high-risk, high-reward chances some of us take. But enough of that for now. Let's look at the teams here. For the blue team, I brought my Ferrothorn Barbara, my Gliscor, and my Gardevoir. Flare brings his Politoed, his Latios, and a Crocodile. The only reason I went with a Ferrothorn, though, was because of the Politoed. The rest of my team, especially my Klefki and my Blaziken, if anyone's seen my other videos, they're much more sunny day oriented, so bringing them in with a Politoed is not the brightest idea. So with Ferrothorn and Politoed paired up, that can wreck shit up. I'm also noticed that Gliscor and Latios actually worked well together, what with the Levitate Earthquake combo. But other than that, it's a pretty solid team we had going. Darkrai and D-Freak bring some pretty interesting pokes as well. Darkrai brings his Alakazam, a Talonflame, not really happy to see those anytime, and his Klefki. D-Freak brings his Gyarados, an Infernape, and a Weavile. So, already looking at the team now, there's a lot of fast-paced, heavy hitters, with the exception of Klefki. And even then, Klefki can just make their jobs even easier with like Priority Thunder Wave and what does Darkrai run? I think he ran Dual Shields on that. Yeah. So it's pretty much high offense versus several well-rounded Pokemon with some good synergy here and there. It's either that or I just didn't have enough time to come up with a better description. But enough of that. I'm just going to go straight into the battle here. Already looking into the leads though, I know for a fact that Darkrai always starts out with a sort of strong defense. At least, usually. He usually starts with Klefki is what I'm trying to get to. But that doesn't change my mind though, bringing in Ferrothorn in case the Politoed needed to set up his Surf. But they bring in Weavile and Klefki. Now Weavile, I'm not worried about because I can just smash that thing with a Gyro Ball. Klefki, on the other hand, is going to be a bit of an issue. But D-Freak brings back his Weavile and sends out Timmy, a little inner joke we got going around with our series, his intimidating friggin' Gyarados. For a second there I blanked out, couldn't remember his name. But Klefki sets up the Reflect. That's not really good for me, but yeah, what else can you do at this point? I tried a Gyro Ball hoping that he would stay in and do something risky, but D-Freak played a smart play there, and I'm kind of screwed. Flare brings back his Politoed though, and sends out Latios. I'm going to dish out some major damage, and I figured, okay, Mega Gyarados incoming, here he is, I may as well smash him with a Power Whip despite the Intimidate and Reflect. You know, that should do something at least, right? I forget. But, Klefki sets up the other shield, the Light Screen, as Gyarados goes for the Dragon Dance, getting ready to set up. So I'm not looking forward to that. I smash him with a Power Whip, and I notice it does, oh wait, oh shit, it did half. I thought it did less before. Nah, Klefki goes for Thunder Wave. I figured, even with the Intimidate and Reflect up, if I'm doing that much damage, my best bet is to stay in and smash this thing down before he gets enough Dragon Dances. Because as you just saw, with one Dragon Dance, he demolished that poor Latios. Holy shit. But I go for another Power Whip here. It is not enough, unfortunately. It is not enough. I thought that would have finished it. He goes back into Politoed. Gyarados goes with a Waterfall on Ferrothorn. Whatchamacallit. It did a shit ton of damage, but... You know, it did a shit ton of damage. I honestly... Unless he doesn't have Earthquake, that would have been his best play. Now that I think about it. Because he would have died to Power Whip if he tried setting up Dragon Dance. But Klefki goes for the foul play. It doesn't do jack shit. He takes actually more recoil damage from the Rocky Helmet Iron Barbs combo. As Politoed manages to hit him with the Hypnosis. And I miss with the Power Whip. Damn it, Barbara. You suck at that. Alright, so D-Freak brings back his Weavile, hoping to wreck shit up. But I still have Gyro Ball on this thing, which should do a lot of damage. But he's carrying Low Kick. Oh well, at least the Iron Barb's Rocky Helmet will do something. But Barbara did her part and took out the Mega, as Politoed manages to hit the Scald on Klefki. Unfortunately, he won't get the Burn Hack since it's asleep. I send in Gardevoir, hoping to clean up that Weavile before it does something dangerous. Klefki is still asleep, thank God. I managed to get the Choice Scarf Moonblast going. And that is one less Weavile to worry about. Politoed does his best just to rack up some more damage on the Klefki while he's still asleep. As D-Freak goes for Infernape. Now, this was a dumb play on my part. I have Gliscor to shut this thing down and protect Gardevoir, but I thought I could outspeed and kill it. I thought I could outspeed and kill it with a simple Moonblast, because this thing is Modest Nature, special attack invested. It doesn't get the job done, and I end up losing Gardevoir to it. That's a good lesson for you kids. If you ever have a Gliscor and you fight Infernape, always use the Gliscor. Oh well, at least the recoil damage brings them down to red. And I still have Gliscor to deal with anything left over. Klefki's awake though, and he manages to get the Thunder Wave off on Politoed, since I'm unaffected. And Infernape tries to go for a close combat, and I thought Politoed was going to die straight to it, but I underestimated him. I really underestimated Politoed. That thing is physically defensive as hell. I figured that Politoed would be able to kill it even if he gets Power Hacks. Actually, no, that wouldn't happen. So I go for the knockoff on Klefki in order to weaken his shields, since that thing's obviously carrying Light Clay. Politoed manages to finish off Infernape, and D-Freak is out of the ring. That's next up, but he still has all of his Pokemon, so that is going to be a bit of a problem. Politoed goes for the Protect, as Klefki tries to set up shields, and I manages to lay out a powerful Earthquake. So now we don't have any keys to worry about in the meantime, but Lord knows what we have left. Because me and Flare are down to our last two Pokemon. And if one of us falls down now, it's not going to be easy, especially because he brings in Talonflame. Talonflame goes for the Brave Bird, hoping to knock out one of us. Politoed's defense once again surprises me, being able to endure a priority Brave Bird. I managed to go for the knockoff because I don't want to kill my partner with Earthquake, which, as you'll see later down the line, is probably the best move I could have done. Flare goes for the Scald, and we demolish that Talonflame. Just in time, because if he got one more turn off, he would have killed Politoed and I would have been on my own. But his last Pokemon does make a difference. He goes for Alakazam. Oh, I'm wrong. Flare does have one more Pokemon. Shit. But it doesn't matter at this point, because he goes into Crocodile. A shiny Crocodile nonetheless. Oh shit. I figured he would go for like a Psychic on me because Gliscor has shitty special defense, but no, he goes with Dazzling Gleam. Either way, I did a smart move with the Protect, but that Crocodile got screwed. So Flare and I are now we're down to our last 2 Pokemon. But he manages to set up more Drizzle for what it's worth, even though I don't think any one of us gets a boost from it. Alakazam goes for the next Dazzling Gleam, and we both managed to endure that pretty well. I knock off his Life Orb, just barely killing it, and Flare does the risky behavior, does the risky movie, and manages to put him to sleep. He hits with Hypnosis twice this whole game. And I honestly think that Hypnosis does matter. I honestly think that Hypnosis is going to matter. Because if he was awake this turn, DX could use Psychic on me and maybe kill me, I think. But I managed to go first, and no, not first, but I managed to finish him off with a knockoff, and that is game. So, that is probably the most... That is probably one of the most amazing... That is probably the most amazing Politoed I've ever fought with. I mean, it tanked a close combat from an Infernape, a Brave Bird, a priority Brave Bird from a Talonflame, endured a Dazzling Gleam, did it? I don't remember. And he managed to hit with Hypnosis twice. So, I apologize for friggin' underestimating that son of a bitch. That thing can really wreck shit up, apparently. But this whole battle was very close. Because what I'm thinking would have happened was, if Flare didn't put him to sleep, or if he got Parahaxed, the first thing that goes in my head is that Darkrai could have used Psychic on Gliscor, killed him, and Politoed would have been susceptible to Parahax, in which Alakazam can then finish him off. So, I mean, that's a long shot, but that has happened before. That is not like trying to land a frozen Hax. It's not that uncommon. So, honestly, that honestly did feel like a very close match. But either way, that was a very fun battle. That is a very, very impressive Politoed that I was fighting with, and I suck at end cards, so I'm just going to end the video now. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you want to see some more. This is Neon signing off.